All right, all right. Good morning, my cyber friends. It's Smitty Man coming at you again from Studio B, and we spending another early morning again. We're doing a little songwriting. We're just taking a little break from it right now. I was brainstorming, and I decided that I thought about some things that I um, had some discussion with today at my home church. And first of all, let me do the protocol. We give God all the praise and honor as usual, and we give y'all all the cyber friends in the inner circle. Give y'all honor as well, and I thank you very much, Sister Jennifer. I got your reply back from a video that I did earlier this morning, I believe it was. I'm not for certain that I do it just before I went out of here this morning. I was up practically all night, um, trying to get some things done, and I know that I got to be careful with my health situation and everything. I got to get rest, but believe you, I do get some rest. I just do it at odd times. In other words, I do it at odd times, and I do my best work late and early in the mornings. I'm a morning person, and sometimes I guess you could say an all night person. But nevertheless, we just want to say to my sister Jennifer, we appreciate the comments and the kind remarks that you always make, and we just wanted to let you know that we did see them on YouTube. I saw them on the YouTube feed. Um, as y'all see here in my topic on this morning, is what I said is walking on thin ice. Walking on thin ice, and I did this, as I was sitting and doing some brainstorming in the song that I'm writing on, getting ready to write, and trying to come up with some decent lyrics, some that is not too corny, but yet it's still very meaningful. And that topic came up to me about walking on thin ice. Now I don't know whether I'm this going to write a song about that, or I'm going to use that as a line in my original tune that I told y'all. And I spoke to Sister Jackie about it. Matter of fact, she told me that should write a song on that theme that I always use by if God is in it, you better come out of it. Now that might be a line in the song for that particular composition. I'm working on it. My sister, I'm working on it. But I did come back to say, excuse me, y'all. Uh, God has a way. Um, we, I mean, this morning in Sunday school, I didn't teach. My Sister Joanna, she's the adult teacher at my home church there, and most of the time they get me to do the overall review of the Sunday school lesson. At the end of the Sunday school, I get up and then I do like a review, an overview of everything that we have went over, and sort of like put everything and put a cap on it, if you want to say so. And we was talking about some things this morning, and it's very relevant to our lives and where we live at and what hits home. And I was thinking about a situation and my situation there to a degree. And I've also, that's why I say be careful when you're walking on thin ice. People can, you try to give people the benefit of a doubt, y'all. I tell people always, I said, at face value, I would always, everybody that I've met in my life, I've always given them face value 100%. But as I dealt with them people, the way they did and treated me after that initial meeting, I started making my check marks, either X or a check mark by your name. And your 100% start declining as you do it, not as I do it, as you do it. Now, what do I mean by that? I don't know. I don't know who I'm talking to, but I'm talking to whom I'm talking to, whoever it might be. In other words, like they used to tell me, my grandmama used to say, the shoe fit, you just have to wear it and holler a little bit more. Um, I look at individuals and I notice how people can get very, very odd at times. They can get very odd. Now, don't you can sit with them, talk to them, and you can be talking over certain things in certain situations, discussing business, not really just talking about anybody in a negative way, but just speaking the truth. But then all of a sudden, uh, everything, you when you be talking, the conversation seems to be going in a straightforward manner. This is why I said when you're walking on thin ice, everything seems to be going in a straightforward manner. But needless to say, sometimes you be walking on very thin ice and don't even know it. Because the people, the same people that are set with you and discuss a certain thing, but when they talk to the other people, they say something different. That's walking on thin ice. And I always say, it's just like my song, it says, if God isn't in it, it's best that you come out of it. I heard a young lady say today that it's best to don't do too much talk, because if most of the time when there's a whole lot of talking be going on, the next thing gonna happen is a whole lot of mess. A whole lot of mess because people not gonna tell it right. Well, and I told her this. I said, that is so true. I said, because I've heard a guy, Mike Murdoch, a teacher out of Fenton, I believe it's Fenton, Dallas, in between Dallas Fort Worth area, somewhere over there doing that. But he got something he called a wisdom center, and he spoke. I've heard him say it years ago. Silence cannot be misquoted, and I got that in the description of this video. Silence cannot be misquoted, and this is how come I understand when a lot of people will not. They be wanted to say certain things, but they just refuse to say it because of the fact that they do not like mess and they don't like drama. And so therefore they keep their mouth closed and they will not put their input in a certain thing like that. Well, I'm like that too. I don't like mess, but I will speak the truth. If it's the truth, I will speak it. So in other words, I like people to be straight up. It just be straight up. Be real. Don't be fake. Don't be phony. That turns me off more than anything I know of in this world is when I'm dealing with people that are not going to be real. In other words, when you're flaky. I can't stand flaky and pickle people like that. In other words, say what you mean and mean what you say. And if you're gonna say something, be a man or a woman enough to say you said it. That's where I am. I mean, if I got something to say about Sister Jackie, I'm gonna tell Sister Jackie. That's the way I want her to do me. If I got something I want to say that I don't like about Sister Jennifer, I'm gonna tell you. And then, like I say, then you got a right to come right back at me and say, well, Mitty man, I didn't like the way you said this and this and this. Well, if you tell me, then we can straighten it out and we can smooth it out and maybe we can go on from there. But when you got people that are talking out of both sides of their mouth, that is a very, very dangerous person. And then you got people that will, like I did the video this morning, I said, people will not do what they say. You know, you don't bite the hand, y'all, that feeds you. That was my great grandmom. And I know y'all think that man know he talk about his great grandmom and his grandmom a lot. Well, yes, I do, because they had their hand in helping raise me. My mama had a plenty help with her, with my brothers and sisters. My mom had a lot of help. She had her mama, which is my grandmama, and my great grandmama, my great auntie. My mom had plenty of help, and that was a blessing to her. That was a blessing to her to have help. And so we had a lot of, I had a lot of what the old people used to call it mother whip. And see what I do, I look at people. Believe it or not, you're not fooling Mitty Man. Let me say that again. Let me get close to this camera. You are not fooling Mitty Man. I'm just like my grandmama. I know what you saying when you saying it. I already know where you coming from. I may not say anything, but you're not fooling me. Because see, the first thing, like I say, I want people to be straight up. Just be straight up. If you don't have the courage to stand up for what's right, then just let it alone. Don't say nothing. In other words, just like my sister told me today at the church, I don't get involved in drama. Cause like I said, cause that doesn't do nothing but cause mess. And really and truly, if you're not gonna be, like I say, whatever be said, I don't care if it's in the church or in your glee club or whatever, a group setting or like a gospel group like mine, or whatever it might be. If you're gonna say something, be man or woman enough to say it again. Don't say nothing that you can't repeat. In other words, don't ever say something that you can't repeat. In other words, like I said earlier, if, if I got something to say, many man's gonna say it if it's the truth. Because if I don't believe it is the truth, I'm not gonna say it. And like the sister told me, you must be careful when other people are telling you stuff because most of the time they don't tell it right. And they be saying things to see what you gonna say, and then they'll flip it on you and turn around and go back. The, my great grandma told me a long time ago, said if a dog bring a bone, they'll carry one. So in other words, you got to be careful of who you get your information from. You got to be careful of that. But it shouldn't be that way, y'all. Everybody should just. And I know I'm fishing in a pond that's very deep. I'm fishing in some water that's I'm fishing in some deep water. But I just got the high hopes that I always want to. I look for the best in people. I do. I've always looked for the best in everybody because I want people to think the best of me as well. And you know what? We all got our shortcomings and our flaws, and we got our weaknesses and our, like I say, and therefore I try not to get too hard on nobody. But there are something that ought to be for real. In other words, you just be real with people, be honest and do your best to try to get along and be at peace with everybody. That's the best thing to do. But now, if some people if not going to let you be at peace with them, the only thing I can say about that, my brothers and sisters, that you got to pray about it, and maybe you got to put those people at bay and let them air out for a while, and then you can see where it goes from there. That's the only thing I want to say to keep them safe. Cause see, Jesus didn't throw me away. Jesus, and he hadn't thrown me away. And I'm yet got some things that I'm coming up short on, and God is still keeping me. So I'm not going to tell nobody to throw anybody away. But y'all, why don't we just act right? I mean, it don't take much to just act right. We need to start doing that. But as I was talking to this sister today, and you see how people change overnight. You know, people change overnight. People can be acting just great 1 minute, and then the next day or the next 2 days, they acting like they don't even know you. Don't understand it. But nevertheless, like I said, I was writing this song. I was working on songwriting, and I took me a nap earlier, so I'm not really sleepy. So I'll probably work on this thing about 3 or 4. If I get sleep, I probably will lay down, y'all. But I'm just letting you know that Many Man is working, and we was having a little fun tonight. I wasn't doing nothing but just kind of soul searching, and um, I was thinking about the song that I'm trying to fire up my software to start working on and everything. And I just wanted to come and speak to my cyber friend, my inner circle. You know who y'all. I hadn't talked to my sister Lena in a while. I don't know. I was thinking about because she's in a different time zone, about 3 hours ahead of me, or behind me, I should say. She's in New Mexico. I think it's New Mexico or Arizona once. I think it's one of them. I forget which one right now, but I think Lena told me New Mexico. But We got to get her. We got to get her on Skype or something, or Messenger, one of these things. I got to get back into contact with her because we used to have some deep conversations with music. She's a great musician, an awesome keyboard player, awesome keyboard player. I love to hear Lena play. I heard her play only once or twice. Back in the day when me and my buddies we used to be on Yahoo Messenger. That's when Yahoo was very big at that time. And but you know what? Yahoo was a good platform. I must admit that it was really good. Matter of fact, I think I liked it better than I like this here Facebook Messenger because with me, Facebook Messenger won't work a lot of time with me with my external microphone. But at any rate, I just wanted to let y'all know who I be talking about when I said Lena. I call her Lena, and that's short for her name. Her name is, I think it's Abelina, Abelina, and Abelina, and she's one of my dear friends. I've been knowing her for a long time on the net, and she don't go quite as far back as Sister Kate. Now, Sister Kate go all the way back to my very first thing on the net. Sister Kate have been there, y'all, from the day one. And I was doing this music production and trying to get started and everything. And I never will forget. Sister Kate stayed with me and we worked that thing until she was able to get those songs. And I was just as green as an apple. But she stayed right there with me all through it until she was able to get what I had. And she been supported from that day up until this day. And that was like 99, maybe 1999. We hadn't even turned to this century yet. But it was 1999, I believe it was. And from there all the way up until now, which is some 21 years later. And we are yet in contact with each other. So that's how come I, always mention Sister Kate. And like I said, all of my inner circle now, Sister Kate, Sister Jennifer, Sister Jackie, all three of you, and my other dear sister in New York, Linda. Linda is also a musician. She's a good musician as well. And I think her husband is also a musician. And we just want to say that I just came and Committee Man is feeling really good on this here morning. Cause I got a new outlook. I got a brand new outlook. I'm not gonna let these here little bit of what we call little setbacks upset me. Well, I just got to do what I got to do, and I got some things that I can be doing. Like tonight, I'm brainstorming with songwriting. I'm gonna more than likely I probably spend me about an hour or two if I stay up on my book tonight. But nevertheless, we just saying that do not let people destroy you. In other words, don't let the thin ice break up under you. Do not let the thin ice break. In other words, don't walk on thin ice with people that you are uncertain with, because when the smoke clear and everything boil down, they'll let you down. And then when it's just sad when you feel like you got somebody that you can count on, and then when the smoke clear, you find out that you really can't count on them. That is the hard part to deal with. Matter of fact, that's exactly what I believe Jesus felt in the Garden of Gethsemane the night that Judas betrayed him. I believe that Jesus felt that. That's why he kept calling him friend, even in the midst of Jesus was still trying to give him an opportunity to repent, and he kept calling him friend. And so I guess y'all that all of us that we are go by trying to do what's right and being a follower of the Lamb ourselves, we do the same thing. We want to give people the benefit of a doubt. We want to believe that they're going to do like they're supposed to do. But guess what, y'all? Everybody's just not going to do what they're supposed to do. And let me say this here at the end of this video. Uh, we went travel from my home church today, and I went with my third Sunday church, Pleasant Grove AME, with Pastor Reverend Stephanie Walton, and she preached a Women Day program at Berry Chapel in Morris, Georgia, today. And I had to travel with them to go down there to celebrate that. So that made me, I wasn't able to go to my buddy, Daryl Johnson, Minister, Deacon Daryl Johnson. He's the minister of music at the Big Bethel Free Will Baptist Church. They had their choir anniversary today. Well, I call her my second mom. My mom is Jean King. married to Reverend E.X. King, which is the pastor of that church. They had their anniversary day, and I wasn't able to attend. And that got me. That's a double blow back to back because I wasn't able to attend Perfect Praise last Sunday. Neither was I able to attend Big Bethel this Sunday. But yeah, I'm praying that everybody will forgive me because sometimes that happens. Each time I was on duty, it wasn't because I just sat out and missed y'all anniversary. No, it wasn't that. I was on duty call, and I had to answer the call. And I just wanted to let y'all know that I hope that y'all had a good anniversary or great anniversary as well as Perfect Praise. I saw some footage of both of the anniversaries on Facebook. So it seemed to me like y'all did have a good time, but I still would love to have been there to take part in it just like usual. It's a lot of things, Sister King and Jean. I tell you that all the time. Like I said, it's a lot of things that are not like they used to be. And I know some things will never be the way they used to be, but I still believe that there is a God sits on the throne. And I believe that some of us can make a difference if we would just want to. If we want to make things better, I believe that few of us that really still wants to do what's right, if we come together as one and just do what we know is right in regards to what other folk want to do. If they don't want to do what's right, just let them go. Just let them go. If they don't want to do what's right, if they don't want to take part in something good, well, we'll just have to let them go and let us, the one that do wants to keep something going smooth and upright, we get together and we continue to do it. That's the only way that we're going to ever defeat the devil. See, the devil don't never want anything to go right. And like I said, I'm gonna talk to my buddies, and I'm gonna talk to my buddies. Remember, I told y'all in the video this morning we never promised anything, but I'm just gonna say the Lord will. I'm gonna have a talk with them. We're gonna see about some things. See, can we stir up some things to get some of the people that really wants to do something. People that don't want to do nothing, we don't. I tell you, I don't even want them type of people around me in my company. They negative. I don't. No, if you're negative, I don't even want you in my company because you ain't gonna do nothing. Just keep my spirit broken down. We are gonna try to get some things done on the positive note and get some people that are positive, and then we'll work with it from there. We know that everybody is busy to a degree, especially when you're working in the church. You really your plate are full, period. But but we all have some time. Sometimes we have some free time. Sometimes, and I just feel that that is the time that we need to get together. Those that are really wanting to do something. Like I said, I was looking at Big Bethel Choir anniversary today. They are yet doing what they've been doing for years, and I take my hat off to them for doing that. Y'all, that was a time when the choir anniversary was very, very much so in the bloom. They were. But now, a lot of the choirs in this area, those of you that are local, you know what I'm talking about. They pulled out of the anniversary for whatever reason they was. I'm not going to judge because, see, like I said, I was involved with a few of the choir that did pull out, even though I didn't have anything to do with the actual pulling out. Because see, like I said, I was on the musician. See, if the choir don't go, there ain't no need for me. I mean, I can't say nothing, but I could go if they go and they don't go. Well, they don't go. But at any rate, a lot of the thing came to be a competition. That's what I saw. Now I don't know if this happened for all required that got out. I don't know this, but I'm just saying this is what I saw. And y'all understand, those of you that I know, that the one that y'all know me, you know y'all know where I'm coming from. What I began to see was a competition thing, even among the musicians. When you get to the place where you're gonna start out, I'm gonna out sing this choir, I'm gonna outdo this choir. And then they said it also became a fashion show. Everybody was getting the different outfits and whatnot, not just because they wanted to have nice outfits to wear, because it ain't nothing wrong with that. But when you start doing that to be a competition thing to show other people that I'm going to outdo you, well, I think that's what turned a lot of people off from it. I think this now, y'all, I could be wrong, but I do believe I did see that, and I did see the competition among some of the musicians. They got to the place where a lot of the musicians were crossing eyes at each other. because of the choir. You know, you get mad at Daryl because Daryl Big Bethel sound good because Daryl worked with Big Bethel. You get mad at Sardi because Floyd worked with Sardi. Get mad at Purple Praise because Daryl and Floyd worked with them. Well, you know what? All we got to do, me and Pleasant Road, we don't have no reason to get mad at Daryl and Floyd and nobody else. All we got to do is go there to Pleasant Road and practice like we should and get it right, and we can sound just as good as anybody else. That's the key. That's the key. We want to make ourselves do what is right, people. Let us forget about all the animosity and jealousy and all that kind of stuff. That don't yield no good fruit at all. Lord knows I didn't mean to go this far. I didn't mean to go this far, but thank y'all for listening. I did see one person came by. I saw somebody came by, and I guess they saw what it was, and then they went on. Like I told y'all, I don't worry about people viewing a lot of my video because I know they're not, because I speak truth, and a lot of people don't want truth. So therefore, and period, y'all, the gospel is the least thing now, the last thing I should say, that most people want to hear. But nevertheless, we who carry the gospel and see, we can't stop telling the truth. And it is my hope and prayer that everyone come to the knowledge of the Lord Jesus Christ and give him their life, because people, one day we will need him. You may not think you're going to need him, but one day you're going to need him, because he's the only one that's going to save us out of a burning hell. He's the only one. And so with that being said, I'm just going to end this thing by saying, that's why I did the thin ice thing tonight, because you got to be careful who you walk with nowadays. Because, see, people have you believing one thing, and just when you think that they your bosom buddy and they're going to do what's right and everything, then they show you up. And they turn out not to be who they claimed they was. And they let you down. And then you right back to square one. But the one thing about it, Jesus will never let you down. So he's the one somebody that we can always depend on, that he's going to be right there. Even in the midst of our mess, when we mess up, he will still be right there to help pick us up and to help us to go on. And that's what I have asked him to do with all of my cyber friends, my inner circle. To him to keep you is my prayer. Keep you strong, keep you in good health, and may you prosper in this here new year. We are in 2020, in this new decade. And that is Mitty Man prayer for all of you. So with that being said, Mitty Man, Sister Jennifer, I got my coffee. So I'm finna get back to this keyboard back here. Just letting you know that I wasn't lying. I'm doing music composition. I just took a break. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead on the sign off here and say good morning to every one of you. And remember what I always say, if God isn't in it, I don't care what you get out, what you get into, if God isn't in it. Please, man, please, sir, come on out of it. Because it's going to come to nothing. To the next video, next Bible study, whichever comes first. This is Mitty Man saying peace and good morning.